if you know how loose Deeb calls on his button, there are probably lots of other hands like the ones that he had that are in his range, and that must have been what Doug Polk was thinking.
Isn't it just like...
Yeah. The speed of the play.
Speed of the play.
Camaraderie. It's just so much more fun.
Actually interesting spots.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, 16 blinds, like, oh, this jam.
Yeah.
Deeb raising it up with the 5-7 of hearts, and now GI just calling with ace-king, and Freedman just calling with pocket queens.
Again, from the small blind, just showing no aggression whatsoever, going 5 ways again with a big pair.
So this is a really interesting spot we have here. 5 players going to the flop. Queens
Wow,
currently ahead and a
queen in the window. And look at that, bottom 2 pairs for Vito here, and the straddle. This could get ugly.
This is bad news for Vito.
And Vito doesn't have that many chips right now.
He leads out, and Deeb is now up and down with a backdoor flush draw.
8 o'clock, they won. Maybe. I didn't win that 6 max, by the way, I got second.
Oh, sorry. Maybe you should bet our heads up.
Unfair. It's actually a great needle to be like, yeah, that 6 max you won. Then you have to.
Do you think that Freedman is going to call here, or do you think he's going to raise?
Like, oh, no, I lost.
I think he's going to raise. He knows he has the best hand now. He's not that afraid of much.
A small raise.
A very small raise.
Just $6,000.
2,500 and a call in between. And he makes it just over 2 times.
So Vito calls, and now Deeb, of course, will be priced into call.
Of course, yeah.
Like the 10K dealer's choice next year.
Dealer's choice.
Yeah, there's like
Freedman playing his hand a little face up here. We know he's not going to raise with ace-x of spades.
Freedman has been playing very, very tight. He's pretty much only put in an aggressive action with top set.
We can pretty much expect him to have 2 pair or better. We don't think he's going to be calling preflop with 6-4 that often. So we pretty much think he's going to have a lot of the sets here.
But it looks like Deeb is considering now bluffing with his hand and maybe coming back over the top. He doesn't. He just calls.
No, I'm going to need something.
He's priced into call. I think if he raised and got re-raised, that'd be pretty disastrous.
This year the game was, the real dangerous game was pot limit triple draw.
That game plays huge.
That was insane, yeah. I mean, it was like the whole
Freedman with a lot of chips in his hand. Let's see how many he cuts out.
I mean, they really need to take it out.
It'll be, looks like 12,000, half pot bet.
You just kind of get stuck in spots where you have to call huge bets.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Vito here, can you get away from a flopped bottom 2 pair?
Did you see that video I put out?
I mean, it's hard to say. We're sitting here in the booth and can see everyone's hole cards, but I'd be willing to fold here, considering it. You know, Freedman has shown no aggression whatsoever unless he knows he has the best hand. And look at this. Freedman looks like he's going broke this hand.
Not able to. He goes all in, and now Shaun Deeb is saying, am I getting the right price here?
And so, like, I show that clip, and then I go, oh!
With my pair of 7s and up and down. He's thinking, is it possible that if I river 2 pair of that hand is good? Is it possible I can hit a 7 for trips and win with that?
Yep. He's getting almost 3.5 to 1 here on a call. So that means he has to be good 1 and 4.5 times. He's calculating in his head, you know, does he have the right price? And what types of hands can he be up against?
Really?
Like,
I had like a big
no, your face was fine. I'm not making fun of your face. I'm just saying that, like, at
Deeb
some
staring
point
down
you should stop
Freedman.
and, like, have the frame, but they just, like, kept going in.
Correction on the
It was, like, super
chip
awkward.
counts here. It's 16,200. So
I guess that was from 2010.
Probably.
Yeah.
Deeb is aware that Freedman has been playing pretty snug at this table. Of course, he can't see the whole card, so unless he's getting fed information, he doesn't know just how tight Freedman has been pre-flop. And the other thing that's going through Deeb's head right now is, you know, can Freedman even have top set? I mean, Freedman just flatted pre-flop. Maybe Deeb is thinking Freedman, if he had a hand like pocket queens, would have been willing to 3-bet at pre-flop.
right.
I don't know why you felt the need to actually count out to 5 on the interview.
Surely Deeb doesn't think a 7 or a 5 on the river is good for him, especially with the all-in in between 2 ways.
Yeah.
Well, we have seen Vito play pretty loose at this table, so Deeb could be thinking that Vito maybe slow played an overpair to the board, maybe has a hand like ace-queen.
Possible. Vito could also have, you know, ace-4 of spades, ace-7 of spades, hands like that, 5-7 of spades. All those hands are pretty likely when, you know, Freedman bets 12,000 and Vito only has 16. He might be just willing to stick it in. Looks like Deeb's going to be folding this one correctly.
Deeb lets it go. Freedman makes the call, and Vito will get the bad news. He's drawing dead here.
It's our first second one.
So the river card won't matter here. As Freedman rakes in a huge pot and shows the value of slow playing his pocket queens pre-flop. Of course, when you do happen to hit top set, and you're up against 4 other players, it's more likely that your opponents are going to go ahead and coordinate with that board and be able to continue. That's the benefit of playing queens this way. Of course, the downside is that when you don't flop a set, you leave yourself open, your hand is very vulnerable.
Right, and we've seen players have to just check fold. You know, kings on a 5-4-3 board.
But sometimes drawing to a misdeal's all you got.
You know, you got to be skilled enough to let go of your hand if you're going to play trappy like that. You know, you're not often going to flop top set. You know, what are you doing on the king high and ace high boards, and what are you doing on 5 high boards? If you're going to lose money with kings 5-6 ways, then it becomes not profitable then to just, you know, set mine for top set and play that passively. It's a much more profitable strategy to try to extract value, play your hand aggressively, especially from the early positions like under the gun 1, kings, queens, aces. That's how you're going to make the most money.
So the 3 of spades on the river means Deeb would have won that pot had he chosen to continue.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.